Elise is looking for a second date update with a guy named Todd. Hey, Elise, how are you?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for asking. Want to fill us in on Todd and tell us how that all started, how you met, and how that first date went?
Yes. Okay, so I met Todd on Match, and we just, talked for a while before we actually met. He's, a really super nice guy. I mean, I feel like if he did find something about me annoying or, God forbid, repulsive, he would just be too nice to say it.
Oh, we'll get it out of him.
We will do our best.
Okay.
Assuming that there is something not nice to be said, but let's hope it's not that.
No, I mean, I understand people want to be nice, but I just wish he would just say it, because I'm a big girl and I can take it.
You just want to know the truth.
I want to know the truth. I want you guys to put him on the spot and just get some answers.
Well, we're good at putting people on the spot, but I would ask you, did you pick up on any clues that indicated maybe he was not as interested, or there were some red flags, or his body language changed?
You know what? I really just didn't. So I am just really perplexed here. I mean, can I just tell you about our date?
Please.
Okay, so it was great. And he just asked me all kinds of really, thoughtful, interesting questions that were not really the normal type of thing. For example, he asked, if you could change your job, or one thing about your job, what would it be? And what is the biggest piece of advice that I've ever given my dad? Just stuff that made me think. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I was never bored when I was with him. It was just great conversation. He was just charming and sweet, and he smiled a lot. I don't know. I felt a connection, and I thought he did too. So I don't know.
So do you feel like you got a question wrong, or you answered it in a way that raised a red flag with him? Do you feel like you failed the test?
I may have failed the test. I can't say. I have no idea.
You want to know what question tripped you up?
Yeah.
I want to see a list of his questions, because these sound really interesting.
They sound like he went to Google and just typed in interesting questions for meeting friends or something.
Yeah. 25
Cocktail party questions that not everyone will ask.
25 first date questions according to Cosmo.
Yes,
I see that kind of stuff all the time.
Or BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was interesting, though. So, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
I give the guy some props for, coming in prepared.
Yeah.
Because you don't want it to be you ask the 3 questions and then you're like, okay, now what? This is not going the way I thought it would be. You got to have some material.
Right.
I mean, it's so cute. I immediately just thought of Love on the Spectrum. And when they're dating, they come prepared with all of these questions to ask each other because they're really working on their social skills. And then they would ask their questions, they would get their answers, and then they just
sit there.
Yeah. Kind of what to do next.
So how did the date end?
Well, it was great, I thought. I mean, we didn't have a kiss. We just had a nice hug, and that was fine. I don't know. It was nice. I felt a connection. I don't know. It's been 5 days, though, so.
And no communication from him at all since then?
No, I mean, I sent out a couple of texts to him, and he hasn't responded, so something's up.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So,
we will take a break here, and when we come back, we will call Todd, and we'll put him on the spot, Elise.
Okay. Yay. Thank you,
Stick
guys.
around. I know. We'll figure it out.
Woo woo.
Okay.
Coming up next, Jeff and Jenn, Cincinnati's Q102. All right, Elise met Todd on Match, and after talking for a bit, they finally made plans to go out and have dinner. Elise describes Todd as the nicest guy who asked very interesting, clever, probing questions. Some of them were somewhat unconventional that she found kind of interesting and fun to answer. But since the dinner, she's not heard word one from him.
Yeah. Maybe something happened.
Or he's just been busy.
Mm-hmm.
But Elise, is there anything else that you thought of that you think we need to know before we make the call?
I have no answers. I'm looking for them.
All right. Hi, can we speak to Todd, please?
That's me.
Todd, it's Jeff and Jen and the rest of the gang here at Q102. How you doing this morning?
Seriously?
Yes.
Yes, sir. We're all here. How you doing, man? We got you on speakerphone.
Is it second date update?
This is a second date update call.
Uh-huh.
We were told you are a very nice guy
Very
who's
nice.
afraid to say mean things. Is that right? Would that accurately describe you, Todd?
That would be accurate, yes. Definitely.
Because, the thing about second date update is it tends to put people on the spot. So I would expect that would be an uncomfortable place for you, us calling you.
No,
and asking
I mean,
you.
I get it. I understand. It's in my job, I interview a lot of people for a lot of different positions.
There you go.
That explains the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing it for years. So when I meet someone, I ask them a series of different questions, deliberate questions, and I learn a lot. And it's not like I found out anything horrible about her. We were talking about Elise, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, she's very nice.
Are you interviewing other candidates besides Elise, or are you just or are you just talking to Elise?
Not at present. No,
Oh.
I'm yeah. But she knows a little too much about what everybody else needs to be doing. She's very opinionated, and I just didn't necessarily agree with her opinions. She said some things about her family that I thought weren't very compassionate.
Oh.
And I don't want to reveal her personal business. I'm just looking for somebody who has a little more understanding about other people's circumstances and their pain, especially with what's going on in the world right now. That's all. I absolutely wish her well.
Wow. You, from your series of questions, kind of walked away with the impression that she lacks compassion and empathy.
A little bit, yeah.
That was your conclusion.
Yep, unfortunately.
All right. Well, Todd, we have Elise. Is there anything else we need to know that you
Not
picked
at all.
up on? from this?
She's a perfectly lovely lady, and I 100% wish her well, and no ill will whatsoever.
Except for the compassion and empathy part.
Well, I don't know are you saying she's devoid of compassion and empathy? Or are
No,
you
not
saying
at
that
all.
maybe she's a little judgy and maybe not as willing to see things from another person's perspective of pain?
That would be more accurate, yes, definitely. And again, this is just my opinion. I'm not trying to make a judgment on her, but in any relationship, there's going to be you're going to need to have a certain amount of understanding and empathy. And I got the wrong feeling. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
All right. Well, Todd, as you know, we have Elise on the line. Elise is digesting this.
Well, I am just really curious about what I said, because I don't see it that way, but okay, I'm not compassionate enough. That's fine. I mean, I want people to take responsibility for their actions and everything that's going on in their lives, and, that's just how I am. That's how I see things. So, okay, whatever, I hear you.
So it sounds to me like you have maybe a general idea of which questions and what answers might have gotten him to draw that conclusion about you, accurate or not.
I have some idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you err on the side of personal responsibility.
I do. I really do. That's just how I see things, how I am. I'm afraid that's just not going to change. Not that I don't feel for people, but...
Right. We all make choices.
Yeah, put your big person pants on and deal with it.
Yep.
Right.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
So,
Well, Todd, we appreciate you taking the call. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we thank you?
Not at all. I apologize that I hadn't responded. I didn't really know what to say, so my apologies to Elise. And it's fun being on your show. I wish it was under different circumstances, but I love your show.
No, we appreciate that,
thank
Todd.
you.
Thank you so much. And Elise, thank you for being willing to put yourself out there and come on Second Date Update.
hey, thank you guys for getting me an answer.
Yeah, take care and good luck.
It was nice to talk to you.
Thank you. You too.
Take it
Thank
easy.
you.
All right. If you need our help with the Second Date Update, just send us an email, Jeff and Jen at WKRQ.com.